Wednesday at pregame, this is Johnny Detroit. March Madness Part 2 officially under the way. I know a lot of people consider the conference tournaments the start of March Madness, but personally, once the official tournaments begin, and I think there's like 13 different ones out there right now, is when March Madness begins in my eyes. So don't forget, March Madness packages are up. They'll get all college basketball selections across the board, no matter how big or small the tournament is, and those come down Friday. Also on Friday, the $3.99 gets you $7.50, which is essentially 46% off retail. Also comes down Friday. There'll be zero exceptions to take advantage of that. Those could be banked, used in any increment, and there is no expiration. Also, I want to say welcome to my man Scotty Spreitzer. He's been in the business forever. Met him for the first time in my last trip to Vegas, and he's one of the most personable, stand-up, knowledgeable cats that I've ever had the pleasure to meet. And his tap out selections are on a 58-34 run, as he has been all over the internet and now has come to pregame. So welcome to Scotty Spreitzer. My three slashes, I discounted Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're in the second day of the 3-day. How did they do yesterday? This is going to be part of the good, the bad, the ugly. Marco hits his 2-star best bet on Robert Morris, underdog winning outright. Steven Over, the scribe, the George Washington, a pregame looks like George Washington on the dollar bill. He actually had a package called his 2-0 day, and he goes 2-0. He's now in a 23-5 run. Props to Mr. Nover. Mike Hook, getting tired of saying this, Hookster. I kind of want you to have a losing day so I could not have to repeat the same thing over and over. But another winning day for Hook. The guy goes 5 out of 6. He hits his 3-star in TCU as they win by 10, and you only had to lay the 3. Dave Essler today, he went 3-0 on Tuesday. He has his NIT Game of the Year. I'm definitely taking a look at that. Also yesterday, Joe Gavazzi, he had 11 selections. He won 8 of his 11, and he had a 3-star in Middle Tennessee. If you're a person that likes volume, I'd definitely take a look at his March Madness package. That's the best deal going. To the ugly, Andre Gomes goes 2-6. Rough day for Andre. His big 3-star under in the Wizard and the Mavericks goes down in flames. Brian Leonard, finally a losing day for Brian. He goes 0-2. Jayon Donald also goes 0-2 as he lost both of his 3-stars in college basketball and NHL. And Rocky Atkinson, he had a 3-star on the Blazers as they just got rolled. Over at Pregame.tv, there's 8 great videos up you should be watching. 6 game previews, 2 about brackets. I definitely would go to Pregame.tv. Some great information over there. The props section, I want to give props to Randy Mack. Click the Streaks button. Randy Mack has rattled off 10 straight winners. He's a community user, and you could check out those picks and follow him just like on Facebook. Just go to Streaks, and you'll see his name listed there. Click his name, and you could follow and stay updated what Randy Mack is doing. The free selection today comes from JR Too Cool for School O'Donnell. Game 633, Northern Iowa plus the points. He feels the line should be closer to 3. Right now, they're getting 6.5. That's his free selection from JR. And the tip of the day from Johnny Detroit. My tip of the day is there's 2 ways to look at March Madness. If it's strictly about only making money with no pure enjoyment, which means you could be rooting against teams you like, rooting against an underdog, then you should only follow a pro and bet blind and not maybe watch the TV. You know, I had a guy actually email me the other day, and he was talking about how he loves his teams in Ohio, the Buckeyes, you know, the Bucks. And I told him the same thing with me. And he's like, what is my advice on that? I said, well, there's 2 ways to look at it. You either got to do it strictly for the money and root against the Buckeyes when they're playing Michigan if you think that there's value, which I know is going to be really hard for either a Michigan fan, vice versa, or an Ohio State fan against Michigan. Or you could do it where you kind of mix and mingle a little bit. So my advice is invest in a pro. You have those selections. But you know what? March Madness, unless you're doing this for a living, if you have a legitimate job and you're not a professional bettor, March Madness is one of those times, even myself, there's some stuff that I'll do. I play the brackets. I'll do some crazy prop bets. I'll take some futures because part of March Madness to me is also recreation. And I know you sharp guys like Brian Leonard or VR, maybe you're watching this video, are having a nervous breakdown holding their hearts. How dare you give that kind of advice, JD? Well, you know what? Some things like the Super Bowl, I took a lot of crazy prop bets. And in March Madness, there's tons of great videos. There's tons of stuff on the forums. You got RJ's bracket video. If there's a couple junky bets you want to throw in, go ahead and do it. So my advice is there's so much information right now over at pregame.com is read through it all. Maybe there's some stuff you come up with your own picks. You follow a guy in the forum. Maybe it filters some stuff out. Invest in a pro. So most of all, have fun. Don't bet over your head. Maximize your enjoyment. And just don't look at it that you need to go out. And if you have to be betting to pay your bills, then at that point, you might want to email me or follow Just a Pro, and I'll give you some advice on how you should be doing your money management. But with March Madness, play your brackets, take a crazy flyer on some team to win the region or whatever it may be, and all that information to help you make those decisions and enjoy the most and maximize your entertainment value during this March Madness time. Everything you're going to need is going to be at pregame.com. So from Johnny Detroit to you, I appreciate you watching. I'll be back on Thursday, and as always, best of luck.